Greetings out there, YouTube. Back for another modification detail on my Polaris 900 SP Ace. And picked this up reasonably cheap. I paid $6,000 for it. I think it was 2 years ago. Didn't even have 100 miles on it. The guy I bought it from wanted to put it in his RV. It wasn't really a toy hauler, so he cut a 4-foot hole in there. It was between his front door and the bulkhead. Then after he realized he had to put in a frame for the door, there would no longer be a 48-inch opening, and I put wider tires on this, but it definitely was 4 feet at least, and he couldn't get it in, so basically gave it away as brand new. I think it didn't even have 50 miles on it. So I've had it for a couple of years now and done a lot of modifications on it. Just wanted to share with some folks out there might have one. Give you my opinion on it and review. With the standard tires on it, it's kind of tippy. It'll roll over because you get it going sideways, and the dirt and the sand, as we like to do, it'll flip over and get tippy if you go too fast. So I put wider tires on it, 12-inch on the back, and a little bit taller tire. I believe I got on there 27s. The max is Bighorn. And I put in 2-inch wheel spacers all the way around. That kind of give it a little wider footprint also. I put on this whip, this lighted whip. I put a strobe on top there, just a little whirly thing, just to give me a little more visibility. I also put this on here too. This is a very bright quad flash strobe to give me a little more visibility from the back. In the desert, it's a lot of dust and hard to see. I don't know where you might be watching. If you're out in the Midwest or back east, you have mud and forest. Out here we have sand, and when you're riding around at night and get really dusty, and we have what's called chase lights, so people behind you coming up in the dust can see you better and not rear end you. So I put these horns here. Sometimes you got to get your buddy's attention, and over the loud noise and stuff you can't hear very well, so I put those on there. I got this hitch here I use also. It's really great if you got to tow somebody, pull somebody out of the sand. Speaking of towing, you got this great storage spot up here. Like there's like nowhere to put anything inside. There's no glove box, but under here you have some storage, and that's where I keep a couple of tow straps and e-tool shovel. Here's where radiator access and wiring. Got my winch control there, which is something else I put on there that didn't have when I got it. So I put a winch, nice little winch in there. You never know when you need to get yourself out of something, and that winch comes in handy. Put on these mirrors. I put these Baja Design Squadron Sport to give me some really good lighting at night out there in the desert. Sometimes you're going 45 50 miles an hour over unknown terrain, and with this small footprint, it can get really dicey, bounce around. If you get going 55 miles an hour, 60 miles, which this thing will do, you get it going sideways, you can roll it. So you want to keep a good eye on the terrain. I got these hooked up also. These are amber, so cut through the dust a little bit, or I'll turn these off and just run the amber if it's getting really dusty out there. Those really help. This bag right here, I think they're like $8. It's great though. Put my water bottle in there, secure it, and my phone in here, which really a nice place to store your water bottle, since you don't want to just use that little cup holder, you'll lose it. Extra wide rear view mirror. so I can see behind me. Besides these things here, when your buddy is chasing you and you want to make sure he's still with you, kind of hard to turn your head around this thing and see behind you. I got the Kenimoto monoblock here for a speaker. Really great. It's nice, and it's Bluetooth, of course, and it lights up, and it has lights behind it too. So that's pretty cool. Got a little extra more visibility in the back. These LEDs light up. And what else am I missing here? I've done besides the lights stuff. I put these here for extra storage too. This is where I keep all my extra tools and stuff for belt changes, spare parts, first aid kits in there. This is my ice chest. Put usually, like 4 drinks and pack the rest with ice because it can get really dicey out in the desert. You break down. I like to go when there's a lot of other people out there on a good weekend. I could go during the middle of the week, but it's so sparse. If I go by myself, it's really dangerous. You break down, it could be miles from the nearest person. So if I do go by myself, I stay on main roads out there in the desert. The Ocotillo Wells off-road vehicle playground. This is where I keep my extra belt. Zip tied it up there, so it's always with me. I don't have to go back to camp to find it. It's with me, and I got all the tools in there to change it. Here's my horn, and then again, no storage to speak of inside. So I bought these little zipper pouch bags. There's the canvas. This is nylon, and I just screwed them to the sides here to have a little storage, so I can put my wallet in there. My keys I keep clipped to my belt loop if I don't want to lose those. And then here's all the switches for the extra lights. And I switched out the regular seat belt, took that off for the 4-point harness. Man, it's so much more comfortable. It really keeps you pressed into the seat, which is more comfortable instead of sliding around, bouncing around. It's way more comfortable too, and safer. Put the pigtail on there for charging, so when I leave it over the summertime when I'm not riding it, I can keep it charged up. So that's pretty much it, I think. The winch, extra lights, strobe light, bottle carrier with my phone holder. I think I'm gonna modify this. I had a GPS thing here, and I don't know, I think it quit on me. I think it was a Garmin or something, but I want to put a GPS right here, because when I'm out in the desert, so I can kind of look down and see where I am in the desert, which way. If I want to take a shortcut, you can kind of misjudge distances. I think I'm gonna take a short cut, and it turns out to be 10 miles of rough riding through no man's land, and I don't want to be stuck out there with no gas all by myself. So it really helps to know where you are in the desert relative to roads and help. The storage thing here, I'd like to find especially a trunk made for these pants, but they're so expensive. I bought one used, and it was for a regular full-size side-by-side Polaris, and this didn't fit it. It didn't fit it, so I stayed with this stuff here, so that works. But yeah, the guy got it from Lafayette, Indiana Lafayette, and we caught up with him in Palm Springs when I bought it. And yeah, that's it. That light whip really helps for visibility at night, and it's required here in state off-road vehicle parks. And you can see I got mismatched tires in the front, but they work. And I got used stuff. I don't do this, but maybe 4 or 5 times over the winter, and maybe a little more now that I got some little extra time. The next thing I want to do is get the bumper for this thing, a push bumper, if I have to push somebody. And I don't plan on doing that very often. It's not that big, but in case somebody needs a little bump. So anyway, Thanks for watching. If you got any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. I'd like to get back to everybody's questions, and any ideas too. They do have aftermarket shocks, exhaust, tuners, etc., but you know, easily spend another $3,000-4,000 on that. I don't want to do that. Like I said, I like the lights and the fun stuff, and it performs plenty well. Might go with something for suspension, because I go off some big hills sometimes, and that could help. Anyway, I'm Raul. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.